What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to show you how I source items for Amazon when I want to buy them from either a wholesaler or something like that. This ain't necessarily, I don't necessarily do this for items that I get in liquidation pallets. I kind of just scan them with the app and see what's going on there. That's not always true. I definitely use Keepa because I try to see if Amazon's selling a particular item, and if so, if they're sharing a buy box and how often. But specifically, for sure, when I'm sourcing specific items that I'm going to buy a higher quantity of to sell on Amazon, this is how I do it pretty much. And I'm just going to kind of choose a couple items. I'm not going to give you anything specific that I'm selling at all, but you can just kind of take the premise that I'm starting with and just work it there. I use Keepa, I use Inventory Lab, I also use SellCalc. There's a few other things that I use, and you can get yourself a really good picture and find out if an item is going to be profitable for you before you go and invest in it, okay? So let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, so I'm going to show you how to use these three tools. Well, two tools, Keepa and Inventory Lab. Actually three, Keepa, Inventory Lab, and SellCalc. However, there are a few other things that I do use. And all we're going to do is, I'm going to start on this here website. And I know I got a lot of tabs open, man, but it's whatever. Yeah, that's like one of my problems. Alright, so this website is called New York Cosmetics. And I have been going through here looking for some items to source for Amazon or eBay. I really didn't find much, honestly, that I thought was profitable enough, if at all even. Their prices is kind of high, but I think I found two maybes, which I'll do a little bit more research on. But either way, I'm gonna start here. This will do for the purposes of the video. Alright guys, we're gonna start right here on CoverGirl, because I'm having problems trying to find other items, and that was just another issue I had going through this particular site. But let's go ahead and actually let's do this. We got the CoverGirl Outlast Active All Day Setting Mist, right? Now, on this site, on this particular site, they're selling it as a case of 12, and it is $1.75 per unit. Okay, probably a little bit more after you pay shipping and all of that good stuff. Over here on Amazon, according to the Funnel Guru, I can sell this ASIN, but I already knew that. Now I got Keepa and I pay for it, so here's all the information right here that you need. Okay, if you look, the current sell through is 27,506, the 90-day is 23,000, and the 365 is 21. You can change that right over here on your bottom right. You can go by day, week, month, 3 months, year. Just depends on how long the item's been active. If you look at these little orange spots, that's where Amazon was on the listing at. Me personally, I will sell items with Amazon on them in a cosmetic and health and beauty space. It just depends on whether or not, how often they're on the listing and how often they share the buy box. Okay, it just depends. Let's go back to 3 months. Now, if I was looking to see about this item, I would look at this and say, okay, Amazon has been on there, but they don't come on there a whole lot. What you can also do after that is you'll take that same UPC and come over here to your Inventory Lab. Just paste that UPC in, and it'll come up. Alright. Now, this is based on FBA. Okay, it's going to be based on FBA, not FBM. Shows you the original listing price of $9.75 up here, and it shows you they're one person right now, and they're doing an FBM selling it for $11.90. Alright, you'll put your buy cost in, which I think was $1.75. Right, let's just up that. I don't know, let's just say $1.90. So if I sold this FBM for $11.90, same price as the merchant fulfilled listing, and at a buy cost of $1.90, I'll be looking at a net profit of 418. Right over here on your left, it'll give you a cost breakdown. Okay, and it shows you your total expenses. If you've sold the item before, you'll be able to see the sales history, which I have sold the item before, and I did it all merchant fulfilled, I think. And so as you can see, last 30 days I sold one, $17 profit, and then the last 90 days I sold 9 for an average profit of $4.92, so almost $5 profit really. And my storage fees should be 0 because I don't think I sent this item. Did I? Yeah, maybe. So all you would do is you would just continue to put those items in here. Now if you want to do merchant fulfill, you can use Sell Calc for that. You would just make sure that this drop down menu over here is Amazon selected. You would do fulfillment by seller, not fulfillment by Amazon. You would do that $11.90 price. Shipping weight I put to 0, and shipping credit I put to 0 because Amazon don't give you money for shipping. Okay. Cost to acquire, we're going to put that back at our $1.90. That item, if I'm not mistaken, on average was about, it was pretty light. You got to put it in a box, so I say about $4 to $4.50 to ship. So if you do $4.50, let's just say you do $4.50 on the high side, just in case you get some orders that's like across the other side of the country from where you live. All right, all you got to do is set that. I wouldn't do any miscellaneous costs. Category fee, beauty, and because I paid an Amazon subscription, I make sure I have professional plan checked. And if you look right here, my net profit would be $3.71 after shipping and all of that stuff. So still a pretty nice profit. So that right there, that one particular item would be worth sourcing from them. Okay, and you would just kind of go on and on. So let's go back to the chart though. Now using this Keeper chart, you can get all types of information. You don't want to overload yourself, but you can track the product. Okay, you can look at the data tab, and under the data tab it's going to give you 3 different things that you can look at. You can look at product details, offers, and buy box statistics. So the product details basically breaks down all the details about the product, man, the area, the variations of ASINs and everything like that. You can click on these and it'll take you to different things, you know, that's selling too. So you can also use that tab to find different products if you wanted to sell. You can use it to find bundles, all of that good stuff. But let's go back to data, and then we're going to go to offers. Okay, you can look here, third party offers, and this just goes from August until October 1st. And then right here, your buy box statistics will show you what percentage of seller, or how often each seller is winning the buy box and at what price they're winning at. So on this one, this seller, Elena's Essentials, is winning this winning the buy box 26%, so the highest rate, and that's at $8.20, which is fairly low. And it'll give you all that information. And that's another way you can find out if Amazon is sharing the buy box. So let's find a product that Amazon is on a little bit more often than this one. Alright, so I found a product that Amazon is on, and an instance where you probably won't make no money if you sourced it from this particular company. So on this website, they got this CoverGirl Exhibitionist lip liners. Okay, they're selling them. You only got one color choice, cherry red. Looks like it's going to be a lot of 12. $1.75 per unit. Right now, if I was to go over here and put that UPC into Inventory Lab, that item will come up, and if I put that buy cost in there, what was it, $1.75? Automatically I'm down $1.55. So that would not be a profitable item at that sell price of $3.79, which it looks like the price is definitely starting to tank. Even if you went to the $5 and you set your repricer to stay there, you still would only be making 4 cents. So that ain't gonna work. And here's the reason why though. Now if you come back to the listing and scroll down, you see all this orange? That's all Amazon. All Amazon. And that's the 3 month. If we go back a year, there's only a little space in between here where they're really not on the listing, from like almost the end of February to like, you know, the beginning of May. And the whole time Amazon's selling this product at $5.99. Right here they dip down on the price to $4.79, but then you go across, it's still $5.99. So they ain't moving off that. It's $5.99. So you're going to probably have to go down under them if you even want to try to get a sale. Now here's how you see how often they sell. They share the buy box. You go back to your data tab, and then you go to buy box statistics, and look at this: 83% and 17%. So they sharing it. It ain't a lot, but they sharing it for sure. You can get some sales, but look at what the person had to do. They had to drop their price down to $4.47. Now if you selling that at $4.47 at the buy cost on that site, and it's going to be more than $1.75 anyway after shipping, you're losing money. So that's not a profitable item right there. And even if you did it, let's see if you did it seller fulfill, you'll probably never win the buy box if you do merchant fulfill, because Amazon's selling it. And look at this: the last time that person won was 14 days ago. So in the last 2 weeks, Amazon has not given anyone any sales but themselves on that item. That's crazy. But there's another tool that I use as well. Sometimes it pops up over here and sometimes it doesn't. It's over here. It's called OS Add-on. And what this will do, it'll show you all the sellers on the listing, how much of of each product they have, the price, and if it's a FBA or FBM seller. You know, if they're selling the FBA or FBM condition and all of that. Let's go back. All right, I just went back to a random listing because I wanted to show you guys something. I can't sell this ASIN because I need the brand owner's approval, which is fine. I'm not trying to sell it. I only came here to show you one thing. Usually that add-on will have a button down here when the buy box is not suppressed. Usually when it's suppressed, you got to go up here to your menu and click on it. But when it's not, it'll be right here. You would just click on it and you would see that Urban Decay and a few other sellers are on here who I'm assuming these will all have to be pre-approved, or maybe not, but that's who's all selling it. Of course, Urban Decay has the most. They have 654 right there, and you can just kind of go through and see. So even on listings that Amazon are on, you can see how many they got. So for instance, let's say this item was selling at a high enough price point to make a profit, and you saw that Amazon was on it all the time, but you say to yourself, well, you know, they do share the buy box a little bit. If I drop my price a little bit lower, but let me see how many they got. You know, do they got a few items? Do they got hundreds? And the way they stay on that listing, you know, they probably keep them in stock. So right here it shows you though, Amazon has 26 of them in stock as of right now. Don't mean they ain't got more. They might just be putting a few on it, who knows, right? But as of right now, they're showing as having only 27 of them in stock. And this person has one, and their price is a little bit lower than Amazon. So they probably will eventually get that sale. But, you know, that's that. Let's look at another product. Alright, here's an item I found. Some of those items wasn't even on Amazon. I went to this because it's a simple basic item and it's easy to kind of like narrow down. So this is an NYX professional makeup turned up lipstick. Alright, they got a lot of different shades, which makes it good because it's easier to find a profitable one, because not all shades of the same type of brand of item sells for the same, right? Now if I go over here to Amazon, I already put it in there, that you already see all the shades coming up, right? So there's different prices ranging from I think that's just with shipping. Let's see. Yeah, this seller is the only seller on this listing selling it for $9.48, and the sell through on this is 298,000, which I mean ain't super fast, but for $9, you know, I probably send a few in. or probably listed on eBay and cross-posted over to Amazon anyway. Was that FBA? No, they were selling it themselves. So let's go back. Now, all you got to do is come back over to this site, select the shade, right? Let's look at Beam. You're only getting it for $1.50 a unit. I'll go back over to Amazon. I'll see if they got Beam over here. And they do. Look like Beam is selling for $7.01. However, the sell through is super high at 806. So we wouldn't want to sell that one, right? Let's see another one that's selling fairly. All right, let's look at this item. This one is still 655 or 656, 656,000. So see, that's the thing sometimes, right? Is that when you do find an item that you might be able to make a few dollars on, the sell through ain't that good a lot of times with some of these websites. So that's the only thing I ain't like. Like I said, I found about 2 items out of all the ones I went through on here that was probably worth getting, but for the most part, really nothing. And it's like that with a lot of these wholesale sites, guys. It's like that with a lot of them. But all I wanted to do was to show you how to use these 3 tools to find an item and see if it's going to be profitable before you spend your money on it. Okay, you use Keepa, you use the Keepa charts, you can use the data tab to check and see, like, if Amazon is on a listing, you can check and see whether or not they're sharing the buy box, and if so, how often they're sharing it. You can track that product. You can check the price history. There's a lot that you can do with Keepa, and it gives you a lot of information that shows you the frequency with which the item sells, if there's a bunch of sellers that was on it that automatically disappeared and maybe the brand came and kicked everybody off, if Amazon is on it, and whether or not you can still make money with it. You'll use Inventory Lab just to see from a FBA perspective what your profit per item would be, and then you can use Sell Calc for either or FBA or FBM. I kind of just use this for FBM though. Okay, so that's kind of how I do my research when I'm researching items to send to Amazon. Sometimes I just scan it with my phone and look at it that way, but if I'm trying to source an item from a website, I only kind of scan with my phone when I get a liquidation palette and I'm scanning stuff that way. But if I'm trying to source stuff particularly for Amazon from a website, then I'm definitely going to use these 3 tools to find out if those items are profitable or not. All right, well, see, that was pretty simple, right? At least I think it is. Not only is it simple, but it can save you a lot of money. It can save you a lot of money. There's so much. And look, do not get bogged down by information overload, okay? Don't do it. You want to just kind of, if an item, how much you're going to pay for it, and kind of see if the price is steady over time, if it tanks, what's going on. That's basically it. If Amazon's on a listing, are they sharing a buy box? Do they come off and go on? Do they pretty much just stay on? What their quantity is, how much they got, how much other sellers got by using that OS add-on. There's so many things that you can do. You pretty much can make it to where you're guaranteed to make a profit, right? You can't lose. Only way you would lose when you get some knuckleheads that come onto the listing and start to tank the price. But you can also use your repricer and set a certain item or items to not fall below a certain amount. So you don't got to be in that race to the bottom. You can just maintain your price, and when those knuckleheads sell out and lose that money, your item will be right there to pick the pace back up and reset the price again. So do me a favor, if you found this video helpful and informative, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so the next time I upload another video, you'll be one of the first to be notified.